Ooh, goodness gracious. That dude got his tail whooped 90% of this movie. So, dang it, man. Okay, so y'all know I've been doing reactions of Superman, talking about it, different things, having conversations. And y'all know, long story short, I'm rooting for this movie to succeed at least enough to where they can continue with it and just correct things that were mistaken in Superman and just keep going. Y'all know that. I've been rooting for it. Y'all know I'm a DC fan more than Marvel fan. Love Marvel, but I'm more of a DC fan. And even though I love Zack Snyder's movies, I'm not one of them that I wanted this to fail, James Gunn's movies. I actually wanted to succeed and hope we can see what Brave and the Bold Batman, so on and so forth, will be. But I told y'all, I gotta be honest, I couldn't do it where I sit there and lie and fake smile and all that stuff to say, oh, you should go see it, it's perfect. That's not my style. If you ask me right now, should I go spend money to go see Superman right now? The fan in me is going to tell you yes. Because I want this movie to succeed, so I want you to give money to the movie so it can make its numbers and succeed. That's what the fan in me wants to do. The human being, the one the person who understands that people got bills, they got other things to pay for, they got other time they can spend on something else. And is it worth, when I got all this other stuff going on, to spend my $15 or however much your theater ticket price is to go see this movie right now? No. That hurts to say. No as in don't rush. I heard that AMC, I think it started this past week, where they said Tuesdays and Wednesdays, if you have AMC around you, where Tuesdays and Wednesdays are 50% off ticket prices. I believe so. Look it up. But it was some deal. My wife sent me a note. It was something of AMC. I think it was Tuesdays and Wednesdays 50% off stuff. If there's a theater where you can get a discount, see it at a discount. Oh, that hurts to say. But y'all see my reviews for honesty, bro, because y'all know I've been rooting for this movie. It's a lot I want to go through about this movie, good and bad, because there are good. Is it terrible? No. Is it great? No. Is it mid? Very mid, yes. So yes, to answer your question, as a DC fan, I was going to go give it a shot. That's what I always do. I'm going to give it a shot. To a person who just wants to go to the movies, I can't wholeheartedly say it's worth the price of admission right now. I can't. It's not built. I can't do it. As much as I want to, I can't do it. It's worth it right now. No, if you go see it, I will say this. There are moments in this movie where it was a good time. If you shut your brain off, I'm telling you, you have to go and shut your brain off. If you shut your brain off, there's some enjoyment in this. There is. Oh, man, this hurts, bro. I'm interested to see what other people's reactions are, but I couldn't look at y'all right now and be like, it's worth the price of admission. Go pay for. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Like, James Gunn, first off, please don't write no more of Superman. James Gunn, I think he believed he written and directed. Was there anything else? I believe it was just written, directed. Please don't write it. You're good with your directing and stuff. Don't write it, please. Please. The writing in this movie was bad, but that's not even the biggest problem. Bro, is this Superman or Invincible, bro? And y'all know the show Invincible. Y'all know Mark gets his tail whooped every season. You get used to it. That's what this felt like. He did not feel super at all. It was like, bro. And I understand, to humanize him a little bit, he gets the perfect example for that is Superman the animated series, right? There's moments in that show you're like, why is Superman losing to this? But they don't overdo it. They still let you know he is Superman. 90%, and I'm being real, y'all, 90, maybe 95% of this movie is Superman being at the tail end of a butt whooping. It starts the movie with his butt being whooped. Bro, tiny spoiler. It's not even nothing that messed up the movie. There's a tiny little spoiler. The movie starts out with him beating down the trailer. So it's not really a spoiler. The trailer, you see him on the snow. Oh, like it starts off like that. He go and then so it's not even a spoiler because you know that. Then they show the scene where he gets the sun on him. And he's screaming, which at first I felt some type of way about that, but I understand the brother had his bones broken. You know what I'm saying? He has bones broken. And so he gets healed. He's like, I'm going to go back out there. And bro, he gets his tail whooped again. He goes right back out there just to get his tail whooped. And it had one of the most annoying scenes. I was like in my mind, I was like, Superman, get your butt up. He goes back to fight, gets his tail whooped again, knocked to the ground. It's that theater scene where you see him just rolling and he lays on it. He hits the concrete. He is literally laying there. I kid you not, like this. And the worst part is, he was like that for a while. He did not. It was like, are you going to get up? People were just looking at him. It went so long that they went to another scene, came back to this scene. It was like, get your butt up. We went through all that drama of you getting healed just for this again. And I understand. And I understand the situation with the villain. But even then, there's still moments where Superman breaks through the hard villain. You know what I'm saying? In animated series, when Darkseid was stronger than Superman, Superman always found a way to fight back. Man of Steel. He fought 3 Kryptonians, Henry Cavill, and still got through them. When he was 2 of them, when the big dude and the lady was fighting him, he still fought back. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with a superhero getting hit. Fight back, bro. And then the thing was, it was hard to believe this. It says it in the beginning of the movie. He's been Superman for 3 years. How has he been Superman for 3 years? From what I've seen, I hate putting comparison because this is going to be like a James Gunn versus Zack Snyder. It's nothing like that. I just want to just give you an example. Superman and Man of Steel just became Superman, and he was able to hold his own. Did he have moments where he was getting hurt? Yeah, I have no problem with Superman getting hurt, but he held his own. This one, 3 years, so he's more advanced than the Man of Steel Superman? Huh? There's no way. And I know that, and I said there's different interpretations. Let me be real. I don't like this type of interpretation. I want Superman to be super, not at the end of the movie. Like, he had a good fight scene. I wish that was more throughout the movie. But he had a good fight scene, but it was at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie. And it was like, huh? There was a scene where I'm not going to tell you who did it because I don't want to spoil. There's a scene of villain just bam, bam, bam. And it just kept going. It was like, are you going to fight back? And Superman's. It's like, who are we watching Invincible? Or is this Superman? Like, what? 3 years? Doom. I'm sitting there. I kid you not. There's moments in this movie. I'm like, only plot armor saved this dude. Only. It was so bad. And I know I'm on this subject, but this is the biggest subject, the biggest issue I have with this movie is how Superman was interpreted. It was so bad, the heroes didn't respect him. Like in Justice League War. Hold on. This movie here. You seen this? There's a scene where the Justice League or Batman and Green Lantern meet Superman for the first time. And yes, he is nice. This Superman is nice. He's kind, all that stuff. But when they first met him, Superman lets you know, I'm the man around here. Like the way he grabbed Batman, he had a stance over Batman, like towering over him. Like, what can you do? Excuse me. When Lantern was acting a fool, Superman set him straight. In this movie, Lantern treated Superman like a little punk. I think he even, if I remember correctly, he says, don't be a little wuss or something like that. And then Superman turn at him. Oh, sorry, turned at him. That's enough. Or says something like that. Like, that's enough, Lantern. And put like his arm on Lantern. Lantern didn't flinch. He looked at him and he even challenged him. Make your move. Let's do it. No dominant, like, in this Superman. He just was introduced to this Justice League. And you know what Lantern's response was? When Lantern was being smart aleck and was trying to attack Superman, Superman let himself be known so much that Lantern was like, Batman, he's going to kill us. And Batman was like, he's not going to kill us. You bruise, but you don't kill. You know, but just that stance, like, okay, you're not going to do this to me like this. I'm not going to let you get this far with the disrespect. And you feel none of that in this movie. None. You just bam, 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 just getting knocked the heck out. I do give James Gunn this credit. The first trailer of Superman shows him laid out, hurt, beaten. I'll give him the credit of he laid the foundation of what Superman was going to be, because that's exactly what this movie is. 90 minutes of him hurt, of him, sitting there in pain. Because there's another thing, I'm not going to spoil. There's something else that makes him, in pain. It's like, that's not Superman, bro. I understand to lighten him up so he's not overpowered. This is taking it way too far. It was like they put overpowered on the other side for the villains, for Superman just to be bam, bam, bam all day. It was like, fight back? He just sitting there taking it. It's like, fight back? Like, I don't care who this villain is and because there's something about this villain that does give him a little bit of an advantage, but it never gives you an advantage to where Superman just stands there and just takes it all. No, he said, at least, I'm a do something. I'm not gonna sit there. Ooh, it's like, bro, fight back. All right. I'm sorry I had to vid that up because I was holding that on the way, and I was in traffic getting from the theater to here, so I was sitting on my mind I had to get that out of my system. Whew. Now, let me get to some good stuff. The flying scenes, even though it was very little, I ain't gonna front. Thinking about it now, the commercial showed you the flying scenes. I wish they showed more Superman flying and more Superman action. Because, like I said, the only Superman action we see is him getting beat down. I would like to see him do something. The scene that they did show was cool, but like I said, it was basically the same ones that they showed in the commercials. The other character, you know what's funny? This was better for Mr. Terrific. This is a Mr. Terrific movie. Mr. Terrific was really good. Not a fan of his music when his action scene happened, but I can look past that. He was the hero of this movie. If you actually think about it, you like, if Mr. Terrific wasn't in some of these situations, Superman would not have been maybe not even alive. Mr. Terrific, and the way he was set up, great actor for him. The way he was set up, it was a couple comedy moments they tried to give him. I don't think that worked, like with the garage thing that they showed the commercial, or stop messing around. Those, but I could look past that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't that serious. As a whole, Mr. Terrific carried this movie. I'm not even going to front. Mr. Terrific and Crypto. I enjoy Crypto. Yes, there's moments where he was not listening and acting, but there's a scene that I almost spoiled it. I'm not going to say. There's a scene at the end of the movie that reveals why Crypto is as wild as he is. I can, even Superman explained this is why he doesn't listen. So it was a cool little scene. I don't want to spoil it. Hawk Girl, I told you I'm a huge fan of Hawk Girl. I loved her in the comic. Loved her to how she was in the Justice League show. That Unlimited, her relationship with Lantern. This movie... she does something in this movie. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't see that coming. I'm not going to say what, but it was a moment I was like, huh, interesting. And they just brushed past that thing yeah, just get over it. She does that. It was like, oh, okay. But overall, she was all right. I think she was miscast. No offense to the lady, because she's actually a good actress, but I don't think she was meant to be Hawk Girl. Maybe I'll warm up to it later. I did like Guy Garner. I think he was good. I wish he had more. Shout out to him for stepping up to Superman, because I ain't gonna front. So there's a certain hero. I'm not gonna say the name, because there's a certain hero that calls Superman a straight, or that calls Superman the B word. It was like, I chuckled because it was like, that's how this movie makes him look to be. even his emotions, like, all right, it's different from being angry and just whiny. So, like, he was whiny sometimes. It was like, all right. But anyway, I already vented about Superman. I'll get back to him in a minute. But yeah, Hawk Girl, I think she was just miscast. And this whole thing, I understand about having her give like the hawk noise when she's attacking. But there was one moment where it was a camera right in her face. Ah! It was like, don't do that again. Don't do that. Don't. it was like, okay, do it for like they had a scene where I was cool with where she was far away and going down, and it sounded like a hawk. But then it was like they had a camera to her face where it was like the director told her, all right, now we did the audio thing for the hawk. I want you to do it with your own voice, and that did not work. So she was her scenes was very forgettable. Like I said, Guy Gardner was good, but Mr. Terrific was really good. I will watch this movie for Mr. Terrific and Crypto. Luthor, he was a big baby. Wasn't a fan of that. I really thought, because this actor who's playing him was really good. He's really, really good. I like him as an actor. He has a lot of great roles. And I don't blame him, because they're only doing what they're written. That's why I said James Gunn shouldn't write any more Superman. But the way he was written, he was sounding like a spoiled brat. And then we don't get his way. It was like... And there are some moments here, I ain't gonna front, it wasn't that bad, but it did have some relations to Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. What was this, Jesse Eisenberg or something? And that, I believe, was the worst Luthor. This Luthor has a couple moments where it reminded me of that, and I was like, that is not a good thing to be reminded of. Yeah, let's see. The villains was good. There's a Ultraman, all this other stuff. They show who Ultraman is. I'm not gonna tell you who that is. You can see that for yourself. The ending action scene was good. I like when Superman is actually fighting back. You know what I'm saying? And when I ain't gonna front, actually when they're fighting back, actually was good. They do have to work with this camera thing. Like, they do a lot of going around like this and it's messing up. You have to, it's not shaky cam, but it's twirling cam. And it was like, I gotta slow down on that. I understand why they do it for some scenes, but they did it way too much. I love Superman's parents. Oh, I gotta say something, but hold on. I love Superman's Earth parents. I hated how James Gunn wrote his Kryptonian parents. That hurt, because I say this I used to say that I love how, for the most part, Kal-El's family is from Krypton is written, in Man of Steel, Russell Crowe. I loved how he portrayed Kal-El. I love Brandon Roth, as I say his name for Superman Returns. His father, you hear him in the black when Superman's flying. Even though you've been raised by a human being, you're not one. Like that, I like that one. I like the Superman Christopher Reeves one. This one here, they did a different direction, and I did not like it at all. You had to see it for yourself. No. I know you're going, like I said, different interpretation. Don't like that interpretation of his parents. And yeah, no, I didn't like that. They have a post-credit scene and an end-credit scene. It was you won't miss much. You won't miss anything really leaving. It was like, oh, that's your post-credit scenes? Oh, okay. You can see the first the post-credit one, the one in the middle. It happens real quick. You can see that. But the ending one, it was like, all right. I will say the ending of the movie had better weight than the post-credit and the end credit scene. Man, bro. Oh, I hate, bro, that felt so bad just to rant on this movie, bro. But it's true. It's true. I can't lie. Like, what? This is not, and I don't care if people want to sit there and defend this. This is not what I came to see Superman for. And here's the thing. If you like it, cool. But if you're going to go at me because I didn't like it, I'm not even going to pay attention. It's different from having an opinion. It's just say, no, I just actually like it. And it's different from that into, oh, you're just trash. You're not a fan. All this. No, I ain't those kind of people I don't listen to. The ones who just disagree, we cool. But, man, bro. Like, this is going to be a very forgetful movie, bro. Oh, it was one good thing I forgot to mention. I did like Clark and Lois's chemistry. They had great chemistry. It was very believable. Actually it was very believable. I like that a lot. The issue was they didn't give a lot of Clark Kent. I like the fact they showed a lot of Superman. I want that. It kind of reminded me of the Batman Robert Pattinson, how they showed more of Batman than Bruce Wayne. I like that. I just wish there was more time. Not to take away from the Superman, but more time with Lois Lane and Clark, which is another thing I forgot to mention. This movie should have been 2.5 to 3 hours. It should have been 2.5 to 3 hours because they was putting so much in this in such a short span of time. With all the characters, the plots, and all this other stuff, they needed this to be a 2.5 to 3 hour movie. I don't know why they went to an hour and 50 minutes to 2 hours or something like that. That did not make any sense. And there are some moments you're like, you could tell the director was like, let's rush through this. Like, there's a moment where people are praising Superman, and then something on the news happened that talks about Superman. All of a sudden, this turned into trash. It was like, huh? Y'all was, hold on. It's not earned. His hate is not earned. Like, the Superman hate in that movie was not earned yet. Y'all was just, he saved y'all. Literally, it was a scene where he saves them. They're, yay. Trash, garbage. It was like, huh? It was scenes like that when it was very rushed. It was like, no, this superhero movies in general needs to be 2.5, 3 hours when you got this much going on. So it was that one of the reasons that it needed to be longer. Lois Lane Clark that needs to be longer. Daily Bugle moments like Perry, he's there, don't really recognize him. They gave, and that's another thing too, for such a short movie, for this kind of movie, why are you giving Jimmy Olsen so much screen time? Like, they had this side plot that I could care less for about Jimmy Olsen. It was like, can we go back to the heroes and can we get some Lois and Clark stuff? I could care less about what. And then the Jimmy thing was not funny. They tried to make it funny. It was not funny. It was, and that's another thing too, bro. I'm someone who saw, like I did, said that this movie felt like an SNL skit. I don't agree to that. I don't think it was that goofy, but there was a lot of funny moments at the wrong time, or they tried to be funny because I ain't gonna front. I laughed maybe twice, and it was like a like that. It wasn't like a good, like, you know, they was trying to joke too much. They was trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, someone told me this feels like Love and Thunder. I would not go that far. Love and Thunder was just garbage. I would never advise y'all to go see it. This movie, I'm like, see it. Don't rush to see it though. Like, you know, yeah, the Jimmy Olsen, I didn't, in the comedy, bro. It was like y'all doing too much with this comedy, bro. You know, it wasn't as much as the person I saw with told me, but it was still like, a lot of that stuff could have been left out. And the way, you know, Superman's attitude, bro, he, like I said, whiny. He's trying to land these jokes. It did not land for me. Even the theater was just. That's another thing too. I hope this movie does well. My theater was not packed, and it's a Thursday. It truly gets released tomorrow, like globally. I think on Friday. Today on a Thursday, I was surprised, looking like people are not coming to see this. It wasn't even half filled, you know. And I was like, not even half filled. That is not a good sign on a Thursday. On it, like, you know, the release before the actual release of Friday. It was like. So I, personally, y'all, as a DC fan, I want this movie to succeed. This movie, though, really makes me on edge. I'm sitting here like, this could go one way or another. This could succeed, and I'll be so grateful. It could fail, and I'll be like, I hate it, but I understand. You know, it could go either way, so... Oh, man. I really wanted this movie to be good. Really good, bro. Oh. Alright, well, I'm just going to leave it at that because, yeah, this... And James Gunn, if this succeeds, please succeed. If this succeeds, next movie with Superman, have some dominance with him, please. Let him be Superman. You know... The saving the cat and stuff is nice, and that could be in it. But even Christopher Reeves did that, and he still lets you know, I'm Superman. Henry Cavill. I'm Superman. I'll save these people, and I'm still the man. Like, even my favorite superhero is Batman, right? Even Superman, when he first met him in Batman v Superman, and Superman looked at him. Next time your light is in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. And then one of the coldest leave lines. Consider this mercy. That's just like, bro. Like, come on, man. That Superman needs to like, he's still all powerful, bro. And I ain't saying he has to say those exact lines, but you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Justice League War, same thing. Look at what he said to Batman and Lantern then. Lantern wrapping him up. He's like, chains? You're funny. It just broke out of him. This Lantern, this movie was treating Superman like a joke. And it was like, bro, I think that's enough. Oh, I forgot. If I have to rate this movie out of 10, I don't really rate it much. I always say if you should go see it in theaters or not. So I said, should you go see it in theaters? Yes. But when it's on, like, when it's at those matinee prices, or if you have an AMC, I think it was Tuesday. Y'all can look it up. It's Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, or Wednesday and Thursday, where tickets are half off. I would do it then, unless you're just a big DC fan like me. I'm a big DC fan. Whether if I'm going to enjoy the movie or not, I'm going to watch it. But I'm talking about just a regular moviegoer. There's other movies to see, so I know people are trying to decide, should I go see this or should I go see that? You know, and is Superman worth seeing this over the other ones? That's up to you. I would put it to you this way. If I wasn't a DC fan, I would have waited till the ticket was on sale. Now that I know what the movie is. Oh, that hurts saying it. Okay. See y'all later.